now. Go ahead.
Um, obviously a disappointing loss. It's a game that, we had every opportunity to win, even with 5 turnovers in the game. That still is our nemesis. I mean, really hard to tell what kind of football team we have whenever you're just turning the football over 5, not more than once, but I mean, when you're turning it over, 5 times in a game. We started our first 2 drives of the game offensively were interceptions. One was an interception that they returned down to our 20-yard line. Our defense does a great job going in and holding them to a field goal. We're down 3-0. We respond with an 85-yard interception return, which was big by Jaquez McGowan, who played an outstanding game. He had 10 tackles, an 85-yard interception returned, gave us a 7-3 lead, kind of put out the fire of the interception we had to start the game with, and then we come back and throw a pick 6, So, I mean, we've got 2 defensive touchdowns, in the first quarter by both teams. And I mean, it's a 10-7 ball game. And, we're just gifting things to the other teams. These aren't things people are having to work for. These are things that are just bad decisions and bad plays. And we had 2 4th-and-1s in the first half of the game. And we turned the ball over on both 4th-and-1s with turnovers. We had a fumble. And then we had a bad snap that went between the quarterback's legs and went backwards about, 12, 14 yards and on a 4th down play. And, defensively went back in and caused some turnovers. We had 5 in the game. All of ours were in critical situations. We did, even down 20-7 with all the 5 turnovers we'd had. In the fourth quarter, we drive the ball 10 plays, 84 yards, have it 1st and goal at the 3. With a chance to cut the lead to 20-14, and there's still going to be over 10 minutes left in the ball game. And we had a fumble. We fumbled the football. They picked it up and ran it back out toward midfield. So, obviously these are things we work on in practice. We'll have to continue to work, to improve in that area, because until you get the turnover thing under control, it is really hard to win football games. It's hard enough as it is. Winning college football games is not easy, but certainly trying to win football games whenever you're spotting the other team points like we are. And, and that's not to take away from Coach Dearman and the job he's doing at UNA. And, he came in new this year, and, Brett, somebody I've known from a long time. I remember Brett when he was a player back at Bethel. I've known him when he first started his coaching career. So he's doing a really good job there. His guys found a way to come on the road and win the ball game, coming off a tough road travel at Tarleton State, just like we'd had to do Mexico. They came in and found a way to win the football game. And, so credit to him. I don't want to take away from them, but it's still a lot what we're doing to ourselves. And we're going to have to get that corrected at the quarterback position. And we're going to have to correct that, up until we can get a handle on that. Things are going to continue to be tough. Very proud of our defense. Defense played outstanding in this game. They created 3 turnovers. We've already created 7 turnovers in the first 3 games. I don't think we had 7 all last year. So that's been a big improvement for us on the defensive side of the ball. We just need to take advantage of some of the turnovers that are being created for us to play some better complementary football. Had a really good team meeting yesterday. I believe in our team. I believe in our players. They're responding well in practice. They're practicing hard. They're competing hard. That's not our issue. But you can compete hard all you want. You can play hard all you want. That's a given. Every football team in college football is going to play hard. You got to play well. You got to play better than what we are, and as far as executing in some key situations, and especially offensively. And that's the focus this week, and see if we can't take care of the football better than Kennesaw State does. I think we can do that. We have an opportunity to win every game that we play, but it's going to start there, and that's where it kind of starts and ends for us right now.
This is going to be $1 million question, but is it just simply reps to get rid of those problems? How do you alleviate those mistakes?
Well, I mean, that is it. I think, it's a couple of things, but a lot of it is, we've had, kind of the injury bug at quarterback as well. We played different ones. Ethan Roberts went out of this game again took a tough hit and, ended up not finishing the game. He was not able to finish the game at New Mexico either. Hayes Gibson came in and played well in this game, but Hayes had a he's missed 7 or 8 days of football practice with a lacerated thumb on his throwing hand, that happened the week of the Furman game. So I think a lot of it's just, reps at quarterback with inexperienced guys. We're playing with inexperienced quarterbacks who have not played college, a lot of college football. They've practiced a lot of college football, but, without scrimmages and those kind of things, live, when you put them in a game, things are a little different. They're doing some really good things. We're moving the football very well between the 25-yard lines. You don't get points at all for yardage, none whatsoever. You got to score the ball. And, in this particular game here, we had 19 first downs, so they're 15. We had 50 yards more total offense than they had. I mean, we won. You look at the stat sheet and, you'd think we'd won the football game, but, you look at the turnovers, and that's where it stops and ends. You can't turn the football over like we are on offense. I think it's a combination of things of, inexperience. Until we got to look at, what we're doing to make sure we're putting our guys in the best situation we can put them in to be able to be successful.
A little about your opponent. They're obviously making the move to FBS, that transition. And last year you all played a game that went to overtime with them. So thoughts about them?
Yep, Kennesaw State's always got good players. Coach Bohannon's been there, from the beginning of the program and has done a really good job with that. I mean, a fantastic job with that program. Started from scratch and has really built it, and they're transitioning now up to the FBS level. Obviously, they have very, very good team speed. That would be the biggest thing always jumps out about a Kennesaw State team. They really run well on defense. They're very active. Their front seven's very active and quick, and what I call twitchy. And then they're, all their guys can run. Offensively, they always have really good skill players. They have, some guys that can really go the distance, with the football. They have been, in their 2 losses that they've had, their issue has been like us, is just taking care of the football. They've had some issues with turnovers at inopportune times that have, given up to, some plays. They've had a little bit of the injury bug as well, and here early in the year, and of course transition to FBS, trying to manage all that with their roster. But he's done a tremendous job. Again, their losses have been to good football teams. Chattanooga's a good football team. They played them very tough in Furman. We firsthand know what kind of football team they have. We played Furman at Furman to open the season, and they lost a tough one to Furman at home this past week. So, here at the end of the day, I mean, I'll be very candid. All right. I don't think Coach Bohannon feels sorry for us one bit about what we have going on. And I don't feel sorry for him either. And I mean that in the most respectful way. I mean, that's one of those, he's looking really hard at his football team, how they can improve on the things that's cost them a couple of close wins. And same with us. How can we fix our team? Their focus is going to be on Kennesaw. Our focus is going to be on Tennessee Tech this week, and both of us desperately want to get in the win column, and we would certainly love to try to get in the win column here before we have our our open date coming up, to where hopefully we can get a couple guys back healthy and get some things cleaned up. And then we're still, thing with our team, we're 0-0 in the conference. We've not played a single conference game. We have 8 games ahead of us. Everything that we set out as a football team to accomplish as a team, to compete for the conference championship, to play in the postseason, 100% of those things are live. We don't need any help. We don't need anybody to do anything for us. We simply need to take care of ourselves, start taking care of the football better, and continue to do a lot of the good things that we are doing. I mean, if you just look at the score, you wouldn't think that, but our football team is really competing well and doing some really positive things. We just got to clean up the taking care of the football, and that's obviously a $1 million question. I could go on the speaking circuit and be a consultant for a lot of people if I could had a magic wand to wave and fix that. But it just comes down to you got to focus on it, practice on it, and really study, what's causing those things to happen, and see if you can eliminate the situations as much as you can.
Coach, appreciate your time this morning. Best of luck against the Owls, and we'll talk to you again next week at this time.
Thank you. Appreciate it.